Altona Rare Earth is the resource exploration and development company focused on critical raw materials in Africa. Its Monte Muambe asset is a gift that keeps on giving with the discovery of gallium. Cédric Simonet is the chief executive. He joins us now. So, Cédric, was the discovery a surprise? And what is gallium? What can it be used for?
All right, Sarah. Yes, the discovery of gallium was a surprise. If you look in geological literature for sources of gallium, you will find that gallium is usually found as a byproduct of bauxite, which is the raw material to produce alumina and extract aluminium, and also as a byproduct of zinc, but not as a byproduct of rare earths in carbonatites. Yet recently, several companies who are doing carbonatite rare earth projects have reported gallium occurrences. So we decided to go back into our database, our drilling database, and to check because we had asset for a very wide range of minerals, and we found that there are some gallium indications. So that was very exciting. And gallium is a strategic metal, which is not used in large quantities. I think the consumption on the planet right now is at the level of between 500 and 600 ton per year. So it's not used a lot, but it's used in some very, very key applications, which are mostly electronics, semiconductors, and also LED, light-emitting diodes. So all these new little bulbs that we use in our everyday lives, these ones contain gallium. Gallium is also used in solar panels.
And Cedric, what is potentially exciting is that the investor update says the discovery could potentially change the economics of some of the rare earths ore bodies at Monte Muambe by providing an additional valuable byproduct. So, how difficult is the separation or isolation of all these ingredients in that asset?
Right, so the separation of gallium, we have no idea yet, because we've just found in two holes there are gallium grades which by industry standards above 100 grams per ton are considered high grade. Now we need to find out where is the gallium in the carbonatite intrusion, in which minerals, and if there is more, because we've not drilled everywhere at Monte Muambe. However, we have done a soil sampling survey over the whole intrusion, and this one includes also gallium assays. So we are busy reviewing this, seeing if we have more gallium anomalies. Once we figure out a little bit better where is gallium in the carbonatite system in Monte Muambe, then we will be able to see how it can be extracted and separated from other minerals.
The mining license awarded to the company is valid for rare earths and associated minerals, which includes the de facto fluorspar. But what of gallium?
Well, gallium in this context is also associated to the rare earths because it is in the same geological system. The intercepts that have gallium grades also have rare earth grades, so it is also de facto included.
So I said that Monte Muambe was the gift that keeps on giving because last time you and I had a conversation, we discussed how fluorspar was the added bonus that lies within the asset. Now, samples have been sent to a laboratory in Zimbabwe for gravity separation and flotation tests. So what are you hoping the tests will identify or prove?
Right, so we've done already a geochemical assay. We know that we have very high grade fluorspar, 88% fluorspar at surface level. What we are trying to find out now is how easy it would be to separate this fluorspar from the rock and to remove any impurities. So we are doing gravity separation. This is aimed at seeing if we can produce a grade of fluorspar called a metallurgical grade. If that doesn't work, the flotation will tell us if we can produce acid grade fluorspar, which is an even higher price. So that's very interesting. So the results of this metallurgical testing are going to tell us basically if there is an opportunity to develop a fluorspar mine at Monte Muambe or not. And if there is an opportunity, we will want to do this in the very short term.
And then what needs to happen before you can confirm that a fluorspar mining operation is a possibility?
For the moment, it's really just the metallurgy. Unfortunately, it took a little bit longer than we wanted. As you might know, there was a bit of civil unrest after the elections in Mozambique from October to January that led to some logistical delays. Finally, the samples reached the lab last week. So now we are sure they are at the lab, they are being processed. Within the next few weeks, we will have the results. Once we have the results, we already have all the information we need to quickly put together a scoping study and see if it's potentially viable.
Okay, and wishful thinking, but can high-grade fluorspar veins rapidly be put into production?
Yeah, absolutely. Whether it's a metallurgical grade with a gravity separation plant or acid grade with a simple flotation plant, these are very simple technologies.
So many plates spinning where Monte Muambe is concerned. So what is the priority?
The priority for now is really the fluorspar because there is a potential opportunity to develop a mining operation and a source of cash in the near future. But while we are doing this work on the fluorspar, we are now going to do these checks on the gallium. I mentioned reviewing the soil sampling data. This is very simple. It will take just a few days. We are also doing some mineralogy to identify exactly in which mineral the gallium is contained. Usually, you would expect gallium to appear in minerals that contain either zinc or aluminum. We don't have zinc at Monte Muambe, and the samples that contain the gallium do not contain aluminum. So it's somewhere else. It's a little bit of a mystery, and we need to find out. The other exciting thing is that, again, gallium in a carbonatite system is something fairly new. We found some grades which are already good, but we could find much higher grades. So that's why we are going to put a little bit of attention into doing more exploration for gallium at Monte Muambe. Maybe we have even more surprises and
So
grades higher than what you find in bauxite and in zinc ore.
I was going to say, so is finding the elusive zinc the focus of the next fieldwork campaign?
Not the zinc, but the gallium straight. We know it's there in the system, so we'll just go straight for the gallium.
And of course, Altona isn't a one project business. So what's the plan, for example, for the Sesana copper silver project in Botswana?
So Cesana is a very important project for us. It's a one license on the Kalahari Copper Belt, but this license is very, very nicely located right on the contact zone that contains the copper deposits. We've just signed the final agreement in January. We've immediately started the process of the environmental impact assessment approval. This project requires a full EIA, so that's what we are doing now. And immediately we have the necessary clearances. We will start airborne geophysical surveys and ground geophysical surveys. The Kalahari Copper Belt, if you follow a little bit what's happening, it's really a very, very exciting emerging copper belt. We are located 25 kilometers away from the Kwemakao Zone 5 copper mine, which is currently undergoing expansion. MMG wants to increase its production capacity from 60,000 tons per year to 120,000 tons per year. So it's obvious that if we have a discovery on our license, it will be very easy to market it to our neighbors who are already in production. And the other exciting piece of news that just came very recently is that BHP agreed to invest 40 million Australian dollars into Cobre, which is one of the other players in the Kalahari Copper Belt. Some of the Cobre licenses are located on strike with our license, about 40, 50 kilometers. So we can see there is really a lot of excitement about the Kalahari Copper Belt, and that's right where we are.
Okay, and who knows whether BHP has got Altona in its sights? Any conversations with the big boys?
No, not yet. We'll have to do a discovery first, but once we have one, yes, definitely.
Many thanks. Cédric Simonet, Chief Executive of Altona Rare Earth. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.